Hey, everyone. It is Jane from the Let's Get Loud podcast. Speaking of Let's Get Loud, Alicia, our tickets are probably going to go on sale quite soon, everyone. You know what? I don't know how we're going to do better than last year. Last year's event, no.
Like better in the way of like fun.
Yeah, like can things be like sometimes it's like our trip for Jeff and I when we flew to Turks and Caicos. I was like, let's do that again. He's like, Jose, I don't know if we can repeat that. There's so many things that can go wrong. But honestly, okay, as I was creating the announcement for it for Capitol Theater, this is our fourth. I thought it was our third, but it's our fourth year in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoever's listening. And if you either buy a ticket online or you come to the Capitol, we will continue doing a show until you don't buy tickets anymore. And the fact that we can do 4 years, I'm just like mind blown. They're like, how many years are you going to do this until people don't buy tickets anymore?
Yeah.
It's like Taylor Swift. She said this in her documentary. She's going to make movies. No, she's going to make music until people don't buy it anymore and don't want to listen to her. It's been a long time.
It's going well for her.
Go very well. Very
Podcast, second podcast in a row, we discussed Taylor Swift.
oh.
Yeah, no, the Let's Get Loud is just like such a pillar in my year. It's something so to look forward to. Again, girls night out. I like Jeff is saying, you can't like replicate it. And I think sometimes you get disappointed when you try to replicate something, an exact experience, but we're going to take from it like what was the best and keep. And then I think our shows just keep getting better and better because we're like,
they do.
That worked. The audience loved that. We can do a little bit less of that, a little bit more of, making fun of Neil and Jose and Jeff.
A little bit of Jeff. Jeff is coming around, everyone.
All we had to do with Jeff is tell him he wasn't in it anymore. And then he was like,
yeah, exactly. We don't need you. And he was like, what? So the show's October 5th, which is not the long weekend this year. And we're very much looking forward to it. Like that's definitely a highlight. We're going to do the after party as well at St. James, where we're going to be dancing and Putin eating.
Yeah.
And until midnight, just like making sure that we have some good girls fun. So yeah, tickets are either they're probably not on sale yet, but maybe they are, but whatever. Look for it. And it's coming. It is coming.
How do we get on that topic?
Because the podcast name is Let's Get Loud.
Gotcha.
And I just said, speaking of Let's Get Loud.
Gotcha.
And I love how Noah just this morning was singing Let's Get Loud at the table. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. I'm like, how did you do I play this song in my house? Not really, but I think he just it's in his soul.
My kids sing it too, and they see me. Neil and I both wear that sweater a lot.
Oh, so that's why. Okay. Yeah, it's a good one. We're going to have some Let's Get Loud swag this time. Yeah. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hopefully 2023 gives us some good topics.
2024?
Yeah. 2023 did good. Barbie, Taylor Swift, Beyonce. So we need some powerful women to accomplish amazing things.
Let's put that on our radar of kind of paying attention a little bit to some like moments in pop culture connected with women. So that was a good
I really enjoyed that. And I think people really connected to that. It was good. Mm-hmm. Nothing beats the America Ferrera speech, but can't handle it.
She crushed it.
Will cry all the time. No, it's a good one. She really did. Really did.
Yeah.
What's happening in your household these days?
Not much. I mean, the girls, all of a sudden the girls are in 87 sports. I mean, not really, but 4 nights a week, that's aggressive.
Okay. What's the other one?
Basketball.
Oh, basketball in the winter. That's nice.
Yeah. Basketball's still going. So they do that twice a week. And then they just started skating.
Twice a week.
So I really would love for my family to be a skating family.
Okay. Yes, you really do, huh?
I would like to have activities to do in the winter.
Yes.
I also think that I like it because I'm doing something at the same time as having family time.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. But Neil obviously doesn't skate because he's British. But that's fine. We can deal with that. But the girls got on skates and really enjoyed it. And then their little friend was going in skating lessons. So I was like, do you want to go in skating lessons? And they were like, yep. So we did 1, 2, 3, go.
Did it work? They already had their first session,
They had their first one. So
well,
First of all, like I got cocky with how much time it was going to take me to get to a rink and put skates on 2 kids. So
Okay.
we like didn't leave in time.
Okay.
And so everyone was flustered and Neil had packed the bag and he didn't pack mittens. So they didn't have
Oh,
mittens.
okay.
And we get there and the girls are in separate teams.
Okay.
No big deal, but like Phoebe's
Yeah.
within a group with like everyone's like 2 years younger than her.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very Ken skate is very like there's just it
It's
wow.
where everyone starts. So you can be 13 years old and you go to Can Skate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like honestly, before that, Piper had almost been like just on the boards or like holding her hands and quite timid with skating. And then I was just like,
Right.
she crushed it.
Yeah.
They literally doubled their skill in a 45-minute lesson. I
Yes.
am not even kidding you.
No, for sure. It goes so fast. I think we should all, as adults, have Can Skate.
It would be nice. But now we're at the point where Alfie, he's like older and he feels embarrassed
Yeah.
about his skating. And so I'm like, oh, I'd like him just to be at a level where he can like just do it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how much to push
Yeah.
on.
Just do it. Like, I hate that it's like because he's a boy. And typically,
I
boys
think it's his
skate
age
and do,
too.
yeah, a boy at his age.
You're right.
Exactly. So a boy at his age, which I hate to say this, typically plays hockey and
Yeah.
whatever, like, but no, not every, like my brother never played hockey and
Yeah.
but he could skate. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, let's stop putting these like, well, you should, just like people were saying that he should be able to ride a bike when whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
he can't, like, you know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
trying and he
Yeah.
will get it one day. So yeah, no, yeah, I feel like we need to leave Alfie alone, but I'll let you do your thing.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But he does love swimming. So
Yes.
I was also thinking, I called the YMCA. Do you know you can get a family membership for like $58 a month at the
Oh,
YMCA?
it's so good. Yeah.
And that includes swimming lessons for the kid. Oh shoot. One swimming lesson a week is free for kids.
Bello.
So like we could join as a family and then and again, I just want to have places where we can go to move and my kids are older. Like if I got them in swimming lessons, I don't have to sit and watch them. Like I could go move my body at the gym.
Right.
Neil could play pickleball.
Yeah.
So we're tabling that for now, but I think we're gonna
I like
do
that
that.
for you. One sport that I'd love one day is skiing because I used to ski.
Oh,
We used to go every weekend.
okay.
But I was older when we started that. We did skiing trips and I really enjoyed that.
Okay, here's
I
how I feel
enjoyed it
about skiing.
as a child, not as an adult and as a parent where I need to be in charge. Like I liked it as like a teenager.
Right.
Just like think of me and I eat poutine during our break. You know what I mean? But now I'm like an adult and like I'm the person in charge. I'm not sure if I want that sport. Anyway, we'll see.
Okay, so here's my thing with skiing.
Okay.
It's
Sure.
almost like when you're a exclusively breastfeeding mom
Okay.
and you want to be able to pump a bottle for your kid, but you're only going to do it like a couple times.
Right.
So then you need to buy a pump and then you need to like practice ahead of time
Massive
and like
investment.
massive investment in being a ski, like financially, like
Financial.
the shit. And I know you can like rent stuff, but like, I guess you could just go in a regular snowsuit. You don't have to have a fancy,
Are you Shannon Ford or?
yes. But I mean, but the kids, my gosh, I even hate buying them new skates every year.
You know, friend.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I
it's like
think
an
the approach you
investment.
have to slowly, yeah, you can't go all or nothing. I truly believe that we're gonna start with like we rent as a family to go
Yeah.
try if we like this sport. Like let's
Yeah.
go there.
And you have to drive. How far do you have to
So
drive?
far it's 45 minutes. Yeah. And yeah. But like
Yeah.
I see Danica, my niece, and my nephew they compete with skiing. So it's like so cool. Like they have competitions on the weekend, skiing competitions, and they go ski all the time. But like
Yeah. No, I see people on Instagram making it look really fun and sexy.
yeah, it is actually a very fun sport, very dangerous.
So dangerous.
Very dangerous. Very,
Like so dangerous.
very, not even gonna lie. I think that as well, the issue with me is that I was not a sport person. So like I think of like, let's say my ex-sister-in-law, she was in all sports and
Yeah.
competing in all sports. So she would go out of her way because
Yeah.
she loved the sport so much that her kids were on skates and skis
Yeah.
at 18 months. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whereas like I didn't have that. So I'm like waiting for it to not be annoying.
Yeah.
That like they're kind of on their own. Like literally, if Dia could be on a spin bike, she would be on a spin bike. You know what I mean? Because I would love that for her because I love that sport so much, but I don't have a sport like that where it's like, ooh, I mean, I had volleyball, badminton. Like I wasn't also like a kid that wasn't in sports team, but it was later in life.
Yeah. And it was like that. It was also, that was also more common when we were growing up, is like
right.
sports was just like what you played at school for free.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Like I was $800 for the girls to both skate
Yeah.
together. And I was just like, wow.
And like Dia, like now, like at this level, it's just the skates are $400.
Oh
Just
my
the
God.
skates that she
Oh
is
my
not
God.
gonna wear forever. No. And then yesterday they're like, "Ooh, her skates are a little broken." And I was like, "No, no, no, no. We just bought that in August." I'm like, "We're gonna finish the season," and you know what I mean, like. And I'm like, "And so what? Does it bother her or anything?" They're like, "No, but it's would be best." And like, I'm like, "We're not there yet. Like when she's a Olympian,
Yeah.
we'll think about these skates. Right now, she's 9."
Like
And
when I went to the vet and they tried to give me they gave me, I didn't tell you this. She was like showing me basically how to do extra, like when you're teaching your kid and you go like above,
yes, yes.
enrichment
Oh,
activities with the cat.
oh, she wanted to sell you this.
She wanted me to do this. She gave me a folder, enrichment activities. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I just signed up for a regular cat.
Is that what you said?
No. I was just like, thank you. Mhm. Like,
Just signed up for a regular cat. But a regular cat. They don't need to be enriched.
no. I'm like, I have 3 children I'm trying to reach.
Yeah, exactly. And my husband. Trying to
Oh
enrich my husband. Do you have a folder to enrich Neil?
she's like, this food. They kept asking me over and over, what food do you buy? And I'm like, whatever I get from the store. Like, but they keep
Whatever's
asking,
on sale.
pretty much. But they keep asking me. It's like they don't like my answer, so they keep
Yes.
asking me, and then they're trying to sell me like the better quality food than I feed my children. Again, I'm like, no, I'm really good.
Enrichment cat. Oh, that's funny, Leash.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, wow. Okay, as we're finalizing January, like I'm thinking about the fact, like, first of all, it's kind of insane how time passes by so fast sometimes, and you're like, already 1/12 of 2024. Like it goes by so fast. And I was just thinking about that as I was walking to my mom's the other day, and how we make these goals for 2024. It's like for 2024, I'd like to blah, 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 blah. Okay. And ultimately, I'm like, okay, well, for that to happen, it's all good and it's motivating and it's like exciting. And I see it and I see its value. I was thinking about how, like, okay, what am I doing today? Is literally all I have access to, all that matters, all that is important, and all that I know is true. Like, other than that, like, I find that sometimes you're like, okay, so this happened with a friend. She's like, I always say that she said to her daughter, we're gonna complain less. Are you ready? In 2024, we're gonna complain less. And I thought that was funny because I'm like, you're not even a complainer. Like,
okay.
if you were to ask me to identify something that you are as your friend, that I kind of see you a lot, I would not say you're a complainer. And I'm like, maybe your daughter complains or shial. You know what shialing is? It's like, it's not complaints, like
Whining.
whining. Okay.
Sorry, what is the word?
Shial.
Is that a like chiec? Is that like an actual French word?
Let's see. Chiali. Chiali. Pleurer. It is a word.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe the way I say it, surely, like that's the accent, but shiali.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's like whiny. And she's like, we're gonna stop being whiny. And I'm like, I think you just wanted her to stop being whiny. You're not whiny. And she's like, but my attitude doesn't help her whininess. So she's like, I lose patience. And then she whines. And then it's just a cycle.
A cycle.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm already failing. I'm like, it's January 8th. Like, You know what I mean? Like we can still focus on it. And she's like, every time I say I want to be a certain way or want to do something, I'm like 12 times worse. I'm like, you make no sense. That makes no sense to me. And one moment at a time. So like today, how can today I can grab onto an opportunity to not whine as much or to have more patience or to have not as much of an attitude with my child. And it's funny because they have such a strong relationship, her and her daughter. They're really, they spend all of their time together. She like literally, let's say, has her 100%. And I'm like, they're like an old couple, her and her daughter. Like always, like, you know what I mean? Ça se dispute, but then they're like bestest friends. And because they're always together, only have them two. So it was very interesting to hear her say like, hey, we need to like have a better system because we're only always attitude, complaining, whatever. But her saying like, I'm already failing. And every time I have a goal, I'm like 12 times worse. It's always like that. I'm like, stop saying that. You're putting that in the universe. How can you be better today? Stop. She is already saying, I know I'm like this. I'm going to put a goal and I'll be worse. Well, that's how I am. No, you have opportunities today to not be that way. No.
It's creating that identity.
Yeah. And it's and also like, it's almost like, that's how I am. I've already fucked up. And I'm like, but you have access to today. And was there opportunities today to complain less? And she's like, I didn't grab onto it this morning when I was doing her hair.
She's gonna need the 12-week year course that we're
Oh,
creating.
yeah. Is that good? Did you keep listening?
Literally that exact conversation is talking about not thinking that there's like something magic in the future and that tomorrow and that today matters and every moment matters. I'm telling you,
I already love that. I already love that.
It's incredible. I will actually need to listen to it twice, once on my walk,
Yes.
and then next with a piece of paper.
So you
And
can
then
create
it's
topics.
yes, and we'll connect it to a weight loss journey, obviously. Another big piece that they were talking about was accountability, which
Yeah.
made me think about the scale and how we used to have a scale at the location. We removed it, and what people perceive accountability to look like and what it actually should look like. And I was like, yes, yes, yes.
Talking about that, actually, two things happened yesterday regarding us no longer having a scale at the location. And it's been a year now. So we're celebrating 1 year scale free. And one girl sent a message. She's like, are you guys still open in Shediac, whatever, what are your hours? And I like specifically said, like, just want you to know, because I know she hasn't come in a long time. So I said in my audio, like, no scale, just want you to know there is no scale. So if you want to come and check out a coaching session, you're more than welcome. So then she writes again, like, just want to make sure there's a scale. I was like, nope. As I said in my message, no scale. And she's like, okay, thanks. So it's very interesting to me. Like, I don't think this person will come. I mean, they might. I'm like, come check it out, but I know there's still like in society, we're still holding on. And I do believe it's because of, first of all, Weight Watchers was a massive part of our generation, like massive, like locations, getting in line to get on the scale. Like that was a big part of my journey. And it actually was the beginning of your weight loss as well, because that's all I knew. And sometimes, Leash, when I think of like sitting at a table and people are lining up so that I weigh them, I am embarrassed of who I was. And then I'm being mindful. And I'm like, at that time, that made sense to you.
And also your intentions were the same. Our intentions have
were the
never
same.
changed to help people to facilitate authentic weight loss for themselves. But like that is all that you knew.
Yeah. And I didn't know, and I wasn't noticing, or I didn't have enough experience and self-awareness to recognize that that method was actually negating. Is that a word?
It is. I don't know if you've used it in the right context,
but at least one thing, a word, check. But my intentions, like I didn't know that they were actually going against what I was trying to do, which was, you got this, having your way. I didn't know that having that type of accountability and providing that type of service was actually going against what I was doing until years passed. And what happened was, you guys, as years passed and hearing and being very aware of what people were saying to me,
being mindful.
yes, I heard people, like I would see, and even just seeing it, people taking off their bras, people, one time our toilet was broken. And people would be so afraid to get on the scale because they couldn't go and pee again. They peed before they left. I can guarantee it. They just
100%.
wanted the little, like, just the little les gouttes, just the drip. If I can drip, trust me, the drips don't change anything on the scale. Just FYI. So just that, and I was like, what's happening?
I know.
What's happening right now? And that's when I noticed that that service was really going against what I was actually hoping I was creating with these women.
Yeah.
And so another one I saw at the mall, and she was very honest. It was a very good, very positive conversation, but she was like, oh, I wish you had the scale again. I would come back and whatever. And I was like, I'm going to let you just really reflect in a very rational way what you just said. And I said, maybe you needed to see me today so that we could have that conversation and I could change. I'm not trying to change your perspective. You do what you like, you do you, like you have your truth and it's fine. But I said, I think you needed to see me today so that the universe is sending you this moment where it's allowing you to be curious about doing it without having me weighing you. And I said this to my mindful, during my how to build a mindful life presentation or conference, holding on to curiosity. If you're curious about something, like something kind of captures your attention and you're just a little bit curious, don't push that away.
Yeah.
That is the only thing as an adult, because as a child, there's so many curiosity. I'm going to curious this motor. As an adult, we are so on autopilot that there's little to none curiosity of anything because we're so stuck in our ways. So if there is a hint of curiosity of anything, I'm curious what's in that store. I'm curious what the cost of that is. I'm curious, whatever, go check it out. That's you. It's you becoming you. Like, I'm curious about that. Something is getting my attention. So I said to her, I said, you saying that to me, honestly, I'm like, I want you to rationalize that. And you haven't been with your weight loss in a very long time. And have you gotten the results you wanted? And she's like, no. And I'm like, so you believing that you needed a certain thing has not led to results either. And so you need to realize that you've been your own limiting, like what you believe is really limiting you. And I invited her to come. And I said, I invite you to come see what we do and see how it makes you feel when you're sitting there.
I love that.
If it makes you feel like this sparks interest, motivation, want, that's good enough. And she said something to me. She said, it was that for me, she kept saying, pour moi. And for me, I need that. For me, and I'm not saying that for me, I don't. I'm saying that for everyone. You don't need a certain thing, And she said, but for me, it made me it was like that extra kick to do something. And I said, wouldn't it be great that you just did something because you wanted to and not because I was going to weigh you on the Saturday morning or whatever? And you could see she was thinking about it. Why is that making you want something? You should want something without that. So that was like, yesterday was like weird that two things happened in regards to like, do you still have the scale? What's the scale? And I was like, we still have a lot of work to do here.
We have a lot of work to do.
But it's so deep, huh?
And guys, can you not see the danger in connecting a thing, an inanimate object for the results? Like, I'm sorry, absolutely not.
Yeah.
You are the reason for your results. If you ever get results, the thing that you have to blame is you.
Yeah.
And that's really good news because you carry you with you everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, how can we, you cannot attach even if you lose the weight, you can't be like, this is the only way.
No.
There are a million ways to maintain the weight off, to lose the weight, to gain the weight. There are infini. So when you know that, you don't panic when the skill goes away or when a pandemic hits. Did we panic when the pandemic hit? Did we all of a sudden like, nah, because it's like, okay, now they've taken that piece away. There are a million different ways for me to feel good, to prioritize me. And that is a way to think. Like, you know what I mean? That's a way to think.
Boom. That's what is missing, you guys.
Yeah.
You know, did that reel on me, like doing shots of chocolate chips in the pantry. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I did.
And
Yeah.
I had someone reach out to me and she said, "Oh, I needed to see this so bad."
Mhm.
And she said, I had joined your weight loss, didn't have success, wasn't listening to the content, didn't value it, joined Weight Watchers again, not going well, like third time joining Weight Watchers. She said, watching you in that moment do that thing made me realize that like how is counting points going to help me change that behavior, knowing that that behavior needs to come from the way I think.
Mhm.
How is counting points ever going to fix that for me?
Yeah.
She just like had that moment. I'm like, okay, let's hold on to that.
Yeah.
Please hold on to that and
Mhm.
remind yourself that your success is
Mhm.
how you think.
Yeah.
That's what you need to keep going. We need to value that more as a society.
I want to have this conversation with you. Let's do this.
Let's,
So you know how your Weight Watchers right now is really selling that their program cuts food noise?
okay, I didn't
Have
see
you
that.
noticed that? Yeah,
No.
they're using those words, food noise. But you know
Okay.
what they're doing? I think now, guys, don't quote me on this. Je suis pas sûre. I think it's the medical side of Weight Watchers. You know how they like kind of partnered up with Ozempic and like medication for weight
Yeah.
loss. And so I think they're like, if they're going from like counting points, but they realize that counting points doesn't friggin' take care of that. So now they're going to medication, the medication, because Oprah says, you know, she said that I don't know if it's Ozempic, but she is on, you know, weight loss medication. And she says the best part is it's cutting the food noise. Now there's different, I listened to like a rapport on Ozempic and asking different people that were on Ozempic what their results were. For different people, it's different things. One girl is like, I felt like shit, like I was so sick, whatever, done. One girl was like, I lost the weight, but didn't learn anything. And like once I couldn't keep paying it. So I whatever. And one girl was like, it really shut out a lot of noise because I'm not as hungry. So I don't always think about food,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm almost like, where do we fit in all this? Like I was thinking, I'm like, you know, we're not doing the calorie counting, the point counting, and that, you know, the tracking, because we don't want that, because that creates a lot of drama and not a good relationship with yourself and food. So Weight Watchers is like kind of getting away from that. And then they're like, they don't have that mindset approach. They kind of do, but they don't to the extreme that we do and the work that we do with our clients. And so they went medication. So there's Dr. Nadelsky. There he is. He's doing his thing. And that's what he sells. So I think he sells the medication piece of Weight Watchers. And they claim that that cuts the food noise. I think that's what's happening on the internet. I have not taken too much time reading into it. And then I'm like, I think at the end of the day, it's almost, again, telling people on their own they're not capable. So on your own, you're not capable to really know how much calories you should be eating. Why don't we just listen to our bodies? Like, why don't we create more of a mindful body, a mindful approach to life and who we are? So they do that and they're like, you can't be on your own. Can't get rid of food noise on your own. So get on medication, you know? Where on our end, I think that's where we fit. It's like, you got this. This is possible on your own. What I mean by that is without medication, without tracking calories, actually going within and learning more about you, learning more about what you want, how you're going to approach this. And I think that's very powerful what we do, you know, but you have to be in a place where that's what you want. You don't want to be on medication and you don't want to be counting points and calories,
Yeah.
you know,
You want to put in the work. You're like
and these are the
ready to
people we're
stop.
looking for.
Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to be a victim. You want to figure this out.
Yeah.
You want to literally put in the work that
Stop
it would
giving up.
require to change your life. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like you're actually very interested in that journey,
Yeah.
very interested and curious about self-improvement and self-development and self-work and like making it about you. Like that's sexy to you. That's what you want. And so these are the people that we want in our membership. Like I've
So
been
there's a
thinking
thing,
about our type. Like what's our type?
yeah.
Right. And
There's
it's
a thing on the
innate.
internet where you're curious about being sober. It's called like sober curious.
Sober
It's a whole
curious.
like trend. So
Yeah.
maybe people are like mindset curious.
Oh, I love that.
Are you guys mindset
Yeah.
curious?
Yeah.
Those are our people.
Mindful curious. Like you're curious about
Mindful
that.
curious.
And you know, I do think there are a lot of people. Like we're not rainbows and butterflies.
No.
I don't think we're off here. I think that it's like there is the, you know, the Brene Brown, the Mel Robbins, the people that like follow these people. Even Oprah, like Oprah does give a lot of that mindset, whatever. I do believe that Oprah with weight loss just didn't get the opportunity to, you know, do that work there. She just had so much other opportunities. We'll give you this, we'll try this. She's like an experiment. We'll give you all the money in the world to experience our shit, you know? But I do believe that there is a pool of people out there that are our people and that would thrive at your weight loss and finally find their mindful body, mindful weight, mindful whatever, where they get to the best them from the inside out. That was good.
I mean, boom.
Boom. Okay. So it is January 29th, meaning there's 2 days to join for 4 months for 189. Remember, we started the Mindful Body program. I'm sure it's going so well. We're recording early, but I'm so excited. The first session, Leash, I know that anyway, the first session I am doing, you know, it's mindfulness, the art of acting, whatever. It's like the first part of my presentation. Like what is that? Where does it come from? Whatever. So I'm like really excited. Anyways, I think that if you've been curious, it is what your body, mind, and soul is saying, I should try this. And I think you should actually be more mindful about your curiosity. And I think that when we are doing that, we become who we are, because what makes me curious is different than what makes you curious. Right? So that's where our true self comes out, when we actually listen to our curiosity. Okay. All right. Okay, but have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.